it's Janine, and this is Living with a Twist. And we're going to be doing my cornbread dressing recipe. So if you've seen my cornbread recipe video, that's going to be double. That's 2 of those recipes to make my cornbread dressing for whatever you want to make it for. So I just want to let you know that this is a really forgiving recipe. It's in a crock pot. It is, I don't know, I love it, my family loves it, and it's so easy to do, and it frees up all your oven space because we do it in a crock pot, and it can sit aside for a little bit. So here's the thing, there's going to be a link at the very end to my cornbread recipe. And also, there's gonna, if you like this video or anything else, please hit thumbs up, subscribe, share, anything like that. Please, if you have a comment, please leave it below, and I'll definitely get to it. And all right, so let's get right to it, and stay tuned. Okay, y'all, here we are. We've made the cornbread. I put it out on the pan immediately when it was hot, which you want to do because if you let it cool in the pan, not this pan, but the actual casserole pan, it's going to be harder later on to get out. So you immediately put it on there. If you're doing it the day of, you're going to chop up in small bits, or not small bits, but nice big chunks like this. Nice big chunks. All over the pan, 200 degrees, until it comes up to a crouton, kind of a, I don't know, a little bit of a consistency. Because if you think about it, when you're really making this, if you're doing it the long way, you, like I said, make your nice big chunks. Of course, some of it is going to come down to this. That's fine. If you buy pre-done stuffing mix, which you can do, you're going to find it's going to have all those textures. Okay, moving on. So, it's 200 degrees in this pan until it comes up to the texture that I want. I'm going to take 6, usually 2 of the cornbread recipes is going to come up with 6 to 8 cups. If you take a little bit out and taste it, you know, it's going to make more like 6 cups. If you do it the other way, it's going to make 8. This recipe can be swung from 7 cups to 9 cups. It is very forgiving. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rest of, because I've already put in here a good 6 cups. So my recipe today is making about 7 because we did do a taste. So 7.5 cups in here. So like I said, when it comes to the cornbread, that can swing up from 7 cups to 9 cups. Okay, secondly, what I'm going to be putting in here is other breadcrumbs. These happen to be Ian's gluten-free savory home-style stuffing, although I do like to use them as pre-brought croutons for salads too. You hear that they are you'll see they are a crusty consistency as well. Ian's is gluten-free. It is non-GMO. I really, really like it. It's going to be down below. They don't ask us to do it, but that's what I use. This is going to be 2 cups. But depending on if your croutons are more down by 7, you might want to swing that up to 3. As I said, this is a very forgiving recipe. You figure out what's going to be best for you, what works. But what we put down there is going to be a specific recipe, but like I said, you get it for you. Now, I'm going to take this right here so that I have that ready. That's my bread component. Next, I have 6 cups of water. We really only eat stuffing once a year, so I go all out. You'll see most stuffing recipes will say half a stick. I go a full stick. No, I'm not Paula Deen, but I am from the South. Matter of fact, I shouldn't have put that in there first. I will be right back. I'm going to fish that out. I'll be right back. Okay, as Julia Child said, go with it. What I should have done is tell you this. Okay, so this is, I use McKay's Poultry Seasoning. We'll have it below. But it's, you know, you can use, or I should say, chicken bouillon. That's really what it is. So, just, you can use whatever you want, and this is 3 tablespoons of a chicken bouillon. This is going to be 2 tablespoons of just regular plain old poultry seasoning, which is a mix of different spices. That's 2 tablespoons. As I said, it'll be in the recipe below. I'm going to have 1 teaspoon of sage. Just 1 teaspoon. And that's a healthy teaspoon. This is, I ground it. You can use whatever you have. Black pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon. And like I said, I pre-ground it so I know what's in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my thing on. And actually, what I really should have done was put the spices in here. But you know, I'm used to this, so we're going with it, like Julia Child would. I should have put the spices, then the water, then whisked up. But hey, you know what? I got there. It's all incorporated. It's going to make this green looking thing. Okay, now I'm going to come in with the butter. We don't need to splash. I'll put it in there. I'm going to put this in the microwave to get a good head start, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, here we are after I've put my liquid with all my ingredients, my sage, my chicken bouillon, my poultry seasoning, my 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper, and my 1 stick of butter. It's just warm enough to get the water warm enough, and there's only one small, tiny little sliver of butter that's left. That's really all I wanted to do. Just because I like to get it incorporated. You could, I guess, throw everything in and call it a day. But this is how I do it. Now, next I'm going to be putting in 2 cups of onion. Alright. Next is going to be 1.5 cups of celery. And I actually use the leaves. They are far more flavorful than the stalks. They're good for you. I always keep my leaves. I put them in salads. I put them in this, as you can see. What I'm going to do is give it a good stir. I can't really pull it much over because of the length of the cord. So Mom's going to help adjust. Here we go. Just to incorporate it. You know, this really is pretty much a dump and go. I like to do the slow cooker because we don't have a whole lot of oven space. Next is going to be my 6 cups with all my other ingredients added. And I'm going to put it in here. You could just walk away, but I am actually going to give it another, just to make sure. And I like the variety of big chunks with the Ian's croutons and my homemade cornbread, so it has a different variety of chunks, and it's excellent. Next, I'm going to put the top on and let it go. So as I said, I don't actually have, between even our couple houses, but the amount of people that we have whenever we have our holiday to get-togethers, we don't have enough. So I usually use the slow cooker. So it's great to transport. If you're going to do the slow cooker, you can do it overnight on low. You could do it 6 hours on low. But if you do it on high, like I'm going to do, you could do 2 hours on high. But you could also put it in an oven if you have the space at 375 for about 45 minutes in a casserole dish. It depends on what you want to do. Those are your options. Or you can put it in a toaster oven. This recipe is very forgiving, very flavorful. And so what I'm going to do, for me, I'm putting this on low. I have to go to work, and when I get back tonight, which will be approximately 6 hours from now to when I get back, that will be just perfect for me to do this on low, and then I will dish it out and show y'all. So I'm going to see y'all later on, and y'all have, you will see. Bye. Okay, y'all, here we are. It's been approximately 6 to 7 hours later. I put my cornbread stuffing or dressing, depending on where you're from, in my crock pot and put it on low so that it could sit. Right now it's perfect. The onions have a little bit of crisp, so does the celery, and of course with the cornbread and everything, and it's gluten-free. So I'm going to go ahead and taste test, even though I already know it's good. I'll never pass up a moment to have some type of dressing when I can, because we usually do this, you know, only a couple times a year. It's not a staple food in our home, but it is. The recipe is okay. So you see, it's regular brown stuffing looking, you know, because of the cornbread and everything. But this is the most important part. How does it taste? Mmm. That chicken bouillon, the poultry seasoning, and the sage gives it such flavor. You really don't need any more salt. I love pepper, and I don't need any more pepper, but it's not overly peppery. But the onions still have a little bit of crunch, as does the celery. And so it gives you a little bit of texture. Definitely a whole lot of flavor. And it's not too dry or too wet, so it still has a little bit of texture, like I said. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed this, whether you have the cornbread or you have the cornbread stuffing, both, and just give it a try, and y'all have a blessed time. keep it twisty, and keep going, our twisters. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And please hit thumbs up, subscribe, and share. And I'll see y'all later. Thank you.